What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and as promised, I'm going to be bringing you today my year in review video for Michigan football. And there's two parts that I want to talk about. First, how I feel about this year, how the season went, whether I thought it was, a success for us or a failure. And then the second part I want to talk about is the future of the program, where we're going, and all that good stuff. So that's what I want to do in this video, kind of split it up. And so first of all, let me talk about how I felt about this season and whether I thought it was a success for us or a failure. Now, it's not an easy answer. This is not something that's cut dry where I just say yes or no. So just bear with me on this. And if you have any comments or anything like that of what I'm about to say, make sure you please watch the video all the way through and not just skim or not just hear the first thing I say and react to it and comment down below. Please watch the video all the way through, and then once you do that, definitely leave a comment about how you feel, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever the case may be. But just please watch the video all the way through. So the first part, do I feel that the season itself was a success or not? I gotta kind of take it back to say, first of all, I'm going to split this into three different directions. One is my expectations when Coach Harbaugh first joined the program, how I would have felt 2 years down the line, where we would be at. Next one will be how I felt at the beginning of the season, and then kind of an overview of my own personal feelings, as well as the actual team and the players themselves from what they've said, at the beginning of the season, to kind of come to an overall answer. So 2 years ago, when Coach Harbaugh joined us, and the program was in a wreck. We missed the bowls. It was real bad. I mean, I remember us getting shut out by Notre Dame. Just an ugly situation. So when he came in, I figured, he would I knew he was going to turn things around for us. But this quickly, no. I thought maybe the next season we'd make a bowl, and I just based that off of the mere fact that we only got 5 wins. So getting maybe 6 or 7 wins would be great for us, just based off of the previous season. Then I thought, by season 2, 8 or 9 wins would be great. Making improvements, getting us better, I would have been happy with that. But to get 10 wins in the first 2 seasons, if I were looking back 2 years ago, I would be absolutely ecstatic with that. I'd be happy with that. So from that outlook of it, definitely a success for the season. Now, after the first season that he was here and we won the 10 win, we got the 10 wins, won the bowl game. Moving into this season, kind of changed my thoughts on the expectations were much higher, because I still felt at the beginning of the season that we were good, really good. I thought that we would be definitely at the end of the season we'd be in the mix for the playoff. I didn't know whether or not we'd get in or not, but I thought we'd definitely be in the mix for the playoffs. So from my expectation from the beginning of the season, if we had won 10 games, I would have been happy with that too. I definitely would have thought it was a success. Um, that we were in this position based off of how I saw us at the beginning of the season. Now, third and finally, um, how I feel from based off of what I've saw other players from the team mention from their standpoint, the season was, I definitely feel for them, a failure. And the reason why I say that is because I know a bunch of these guys, the only reason they came back to play was to win a national championship. I mean, especially, I remember, especially Jake Butt. I remember him especially saying that the only reason he was coming back was to win a national championship. He felt that we had the pieces and the team that was ready, well seasoned with all the seniors to win a national championship. And by the way, shout out to Jake Butt. Sad news to hear that he did, in fact, tore his ACL, which is surprising. I didn't think it was that serious of an injury, just for the mere fact that he walked off on his own power. He ended up literally, I mean, I don't know about sprinting, but jogging back to the locker room. So when I found out that it was a severe knee injury, man, my heart just sunk. I feel bad for him because, you got guys out here like Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey that just skipped out on their bowl game. So until then, I see why they do that, because I mean this is gonna really hurt Jake Butt. They were saying that he could be potentially a late first round or early second round draft pick, and now with this knee injury, man, I don't know where he's gonna fall to. So that's gonna cost him a lot of money. So I feel bad for him. I hope he gets I hope he recovers in a speedy fashion, and it's a full recovery, and he's back to 100%, and that he can wow people and do good in the NFL. So, anyways, getting back on track with what I was saying, I know from this player standpoint that a lot of them coming back for their final season just to win the national championship, anything short of that would be a failure, and us just not getting it done at the end of the season was just a huge failure for us. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it just seems as though, I mean, if you look at the 3 games that we lost, all 3 of them are games that we had a lead, like literally going into the last minute of the game, and just couldn't hold on to get the victory. And, I hope that's something that doesn't continue on into 2017. But it was just a failure, man. And especially the Iowa game, if we win that Iowa game, we're in the national championship mix. And I think that we would have been the team to play Clemson as opposed to Ohio State. But we'll never know. We lost the one game that we had to have, and then it left it up to us playing on the road against Ohio State, and we know how that ended. So, I mean, overall, for me personally, I'm on the fence, but I'm more so saying that despite how the players felt, I still feel that this was a good season for us, a successful season. It sucked that we lost at the end of the season and weren't able to make the championship run, but we're right there, and we just have to follow through and get the job done. We got to close out these people, close out games that we're winning, put people away. So overall, I feel that the season was a success. It would have been the icing on the cake to get into the playoffs. I think that if we got into the playoffs, that we would have made some noise. I think that we have the team built to beat Alabama, but we just never had the opportunity to do it. So it sucks, but it is what it is. So the second part that I wanted to talk about is our future and where I see us in the future. So first, before I get started with that, I did just read some breaking news that, first, that Jed Fish, I know he left and went to be the offensive coordinator at UCLA, so that left a big hole. However, we did replace that big hole with Pep Hamilton being hired on. So, I heard the rumors, but nothing was said. Harbaugh was pretty much telling all the recruits that, but from what I've read, this is now official. So, this is good news for us because, you're looking at someone that's fresh off of being a coach in the NFL. So, what more for someone from high school that's trying to get to the NFL than to learn from someone who's coached at the NFL level? So, this is a huge hire for us. This is huge for us because, it's just replacing someone that, it's replacing someone that did a great job with someone else who also is going to do a great job. So I'm happy that we got that taken care of right away. So where I see the future for us, next year is going to be a question mark for us. And the reason why I say this is because there's kind of been a gap in our recruiting, and this is the year that this gap is going to hit. And what I'm talking about goes back to the video that I talked about as far as us being consistent with our recruiting, every year being in the top 10. Well, this is the year that we weren't high up on our recruiting. And, this is the year that Harbaugh was hired on after Coach Hope got fired, and we were having a so-so recruiting year, and then a couple of guys decommitted once Hope was gone, and Harbaugh came in late in the game. He tried to grab some people, but he just didn't have enough time to convince the top name recruits that were still available to come to Michigan. So we missed out on a bunch of recruits, and our draft class was real watered down. And this is basically the year that these guys would be thrust into the role of being key contributors. So there's not a lot of talent from that recruiting class that's on the team now. I think the best recruit that we had was Brian Cole, and I don't even think he's on the team anymore. So we're gonna be relying on guys that are either saying that they're gonna be coming back as fifth-year seniors, which is not a whole lot, and really, sophomores that are gonna be thrust into this role. There's not a lot of our team is going off to the NFL or graduating. So we're getting young in a hurry. So that has me kind of concerned, but hey, I have confidence in Harbaugh to do what he does. This is no different than what happened with Ohio State this season. They had the same thing with a whole bunch of their guys going to the NFL, and there was just a bunch of young guys, and look how they did. So there's no excuse. We have the talent, and I think after next season, we're just gonna ride the wave of all the talent that's coming in. So we're gonna be young real quick, in a hurry next season, and we're gonna have to lean on the young guys to pull us through. And I see a lot of freshman contribution and a lot of these young guys that didn't get to play this year, playing key roles for next season. So in the future, man, the future is great for Michigan. I see, especially once we get through next year, you're looking at 2017 coming in and being a key contributor, and we're already working on 2018. So the future is great at Michigan. We missed out on a couple of high-name recruits. I just did a video yesterday about us missing out on Najee Harris. It's a big deal, but it's not the end of the world. We have key recruits that are gonna play in that role. Plus, there's still a couple of guys that are out there, including one guy that was once recruited to us, in Aubrey Solomon. So hopefully he comes back to us and just rounds out our recruiting class for 2017. So anyways, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, definitely hit the like button and leave a like for me. If you have any comments, if you agree with me, disagree with me, definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. And share this video with as many people as possible. I don't say it enough, but definitely share this video with anyone that you know who's a Michigan fan, or someone that's not a Michigan fan that maybe is interested in college football and doesn't have a team and you want them to be a Michigan fan. Share this video with as many people as possible to get the discussion going. And if you like my content, hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. There's been huge momentum for my channel since last year going into this year. So definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be making more videos about this all throughout the year. Whatever news comes in from Michigan football, I'm going to be trying to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day and go blue.